My name is Ashok Kumar BK, and I'm a staff member of MATES Education. I'm very much apologetic to say that we are a little late because we are still expecting some more participants to come. So we'll be starting our program shortly in 10 minutes of time. Thank you very much. To begin, I would like to just give you a snapshot of what exactly we'll be doing today. Some presentations and other activities. So there will be 4 presentations on general information and courses offered by some well-known Australian colleges and universities by the respective institutional representatives from Australia, followed by Q&A, question and answer, and then lucky draw and one-to-one counseling session at the end. And the first presentation will be given by Mr. Prakash Pandey on a brief introduction to MATES education, and the second one will be by Mr. Sasank Upala. The third presentation will be by Mr. Prakash Pandey again on Vibe College and visa for students. We'll be having Q&A session, and then there will be a lucky draw where we'll be giving out some special offers and gifts to some 45 lucky winners. And then finally, there will be one-to-one counseling for spot assessment for admission and scholarship eligibility. Prakash Pandey, a note of welcome, plus his presentation on a brief introduction to MATES education. Thank you.
We started initially in Australia in the early 2007. We used to be known as BS Minds in Australia. Now we recently had our name changed. Now we trade as MATES International in Australia. We got office in Brisbane. We started our operation in Nepal, in Kathmandu, as MATES Education since 2007 October. Since 2008 we've been operating in Chitwan, and we've added one more office in Bhubaneswar at the end of 2015, and we are soon to open our office in Bhubaneswar as well. धेरै वर्ष भयो हामी नेपालमा शैक्षिक परामर्शदाताको रूपमा काम गर्न सुरु गरेको। 12 वर्षभन्दा बढीको इतिहास MATES एजुकेसनले नेपालमा बिताइसकेको छ। अस्ट्रेलिया र MATES या नेपालीमा सामान्यतया नेपाली प्रोनाउन्सिएसन अनुसार MATES, इट गोज ह्यान्ड इन ह्यान्ड। यो चाहिँ अत्यन्त कमन शब्द हो। MATES भन्नाले साथी भनिन्छ। That's something people expect out of us whenever they visit our seminars or our office. हामीलाई साथी चाहिँ गरेर आफूलाई लागेका कुराहरू सोध्ने, जानकारी लिने, अनि हामीबाट पनि त्यही हिसाबको व्यवहार पाउने गरेका कारणले गर्दाखेरि MATES एउटा प्रिफर्ड एजुकेसन कन्सल्टेन्सीको रूपमा अगाडि बढेको छ। चितवन आसपासका जिल्लामा रहनुभएका विद्यार्थी र अभिभावकहरूलाई केन्द्रित गरेर हामीले विभिन्न शिक्षण संस्था या MATESले नै दिने सर्भिसेसका विषयमा जानकारी गराउने हिसाबले विगतमा पनि हामीले यस्ता इभेन्टहरू गरिसकेका छौँ। त्यसैको पुनरावृत्ति, अझ भनौँ नयाँ भिजा पोलिसी त 2016 को जुलाई 1बाट सुरु भइसकेको छ। हामी मार्च अन्तिमको सन्ध्यामा छौँ। यो लगभग नजिक आइसकेका छौँ। नयाँ चेन्जेसहरू मार्च अन्तिममा निम्रोल हुन्छ, आउँछ भन्ने किसिमका विभिन्न हल्लाहरू पनि आइरहेको छन्। यो बेला भएको प्रिन्स फोर्ड कलेज ब्रिस्बेनमा क्याम्पस भएको प्रिन्स फोर्ड कलेज, भाइब कलेज लगायतका प्रतिनिधिहरू सहित, अनि हाम्रो अस्ट्रेलिया अफिसका डिरेक्टर माइग्रेसन एजेन्ट पनि हुनुहुन्छ बद्री जैसी, अनि प्रिन्स फोर्ड कलेजकै एक्स स्टुडेन्ट अहिले प्रिन्स फोर्ड कलेजमै काम गर्ने, एउटा अनुभव पनि सेयर हुने। बद्री जैसी आफैमा विगतमा नेपालबाट पढ्न जानुभएको स्टुडेन्ट हो। त्यस्तै हरि कणेल, लोकल बोय फ्रम चितवन, to ask them to be here so that they can actually share the experience as well with the student. विदेशी सहज रूपमा आइफोन र स्यामसङ बोकेर फोटो खिचेको जति सहज हुँदैन, यहाँबाट देख्दा धेरै कुरा अत्यन्त इम्प्रेसिभ हुन्छ, अट्र्याक्टिभ हुन्छ, तर त्यहाँ एउटा विद्यार्थी जीवन कति गाह्रो छ भन्ने कुरा पनि बुझ्नु जरुरी छ। गाह्रो पछाडिको सजिलो, दुःख पछाडिको सुख, त्यो पनि विद्यार्थीले बुझ्नु जरुरी छ। अनि अभिभावकले पनि। Our operation manager in Chitwan, Prakash Pandey, can you please come here? In Chitwan, he has been doing that for long, and I would like to request him to welcome our guest for today's event, the representative from University of Sunshine Coast, Brizet Kuran. Can you please just wave them? And Prakash, can you do the honor? Likewise, I'd like to request Prakash to welcome our director and migration agent from our Brisbane office, Badrija C. Podal, ex-student, now currently working at Queensford College. He's here to share his experience. Hari Kande, please. केही मात्रामा त मैले मिक्स एजुकेसनको बारेमा जानकारी गराइसकेको छु। अब हामी समय धेरै बर्बाद नगरिकन presentation, and this presentation is all about University of Sunshine courses. I think probably it's better let's us know everything about University of Sunshine course. Thank you.
How are we? Okay. I'm from Australia. So I grew up on the Sunshine Coast and now work for the University of the Sunshine Coast. This is my 4th visit to Nepal, 2nd time to Chitwan, and so USC, so the University of the Sunshine Coast, has been working with Mates Education for 7 years now. So I'm just going to go briefly over some of the courses that we provide and about the locations where you will study. So, the University of the Sunshine Coast, if you can all see it, this is our main campus. So it's a very open space, maybe like the jungle in Chitwan, kind of like that. But rather than tigers and rhinoceros, we actually have kangaroos. So that's something pretty special. So we have 2 campuses that I'm recruiting for today. So one being Sydney Downs, which is the Sunshine Coast campus with the kangaroos. The second is USC South Bank, which is located in Brisbane, so the capital city of Queensland. Okay, so I'll talk about the Sunshine Coast and what it's like living there and a little bit about it. So it is a 1-hour drive north from Brisbane. So if you wanted to live in Brisbane and commute to the Sunshine Coast, that is always possible. It is one of Australia's fastest growing regions, and it's very well known for its beautiful beaches and its national parks. So, as it is not a city, but it has still got a good amount of population, so 350,000 plus. So it is not a city location. It's not overcrowded like Kathmandu. It is, we still have shopping centres, we still have restaurants, we still have bars and the beaches. So everything that you could actually want in a city is by the beach. And something else to mention for you is that it is a safe environment. So it's been nominated one of the safest campus locations for a university in Australia. So the programs that we offer at USC, so we do English language programs. So if you only have a 5.5 in IELTS and you need to get into a program that has an IELTS of 6.0. Okay, so working. You can do 10 weeks of an English language program. We offer undergraduate and postgraduate degrees, and these are in the areas of arts, business and law, science, health, education and engineering. So the University of the Sunshine Coast, it has been nominated for 5-star teaching, but it also offers a 5-star lifestyle too. So it's a modern university with excellent facilities, and it has smaller class sizes, which ensure a personalised experience. So we have smaller class sizes for about 23. So I know sometimes it can be overwhelming in a classroom. So the smaller class sizes allow you to interact more with your peers and your teachers, and if you're needing more help or more attention, that's available for you. We've also been awarded 5 stars for teaching quality and graduate satisfaction. So the Sydney Downs campus is pretty special because we only have about 12,000 students on campus, so it is one of the smaller universities. Bachelor of Nursing Science, and MBA. So I'll talk about the Bachelor of Nursing Science. So this is suitable for applicants who have completed their PCL. The IELTS requirement is a little bit high. Overall, South Coast University Hospital will be looking for more employees. The Master of Management is also offered at the City Downs campus, so on the Sunshine Coast. It's $11,900 per semester. So this program is for managers from a broad field of occupations who want to enhance their strategic and operational management skills. So you're the learning hub for our engineering students. So this is wrong one. Okay. So over here, this is what's called the cave, and that's what we use for our 3D and 2D interactive learning. Now, this technology is only found 3 places in the world. So it's got really great public transport. I'd say it's a public transport hub. So even if you live on the north side or the south side, you're still always able to reach the campus. It is a smaller campus, so we only have about 300 students. So 60% of that are international and 40%. So I'll tell you some facts about Brisbane. So it's a thriving multicultural. So because it has an inner city population density which is less than Sydney and Melbourne, it keeps things affordable. So that includes accommodation and public transport. And also the MBA requires 2 years work experience in a relevant field. And it's at 1.5 years in duration. Whereas the MBA extended, for those of you who are wanting to study 2 years in Australia, so you can apply for your post-study work visa. But the Master of Business Administration extended does not require any work experience. So it's probably useful for students who have come straight out of their undergraduate degree and want to continue studying their master's degree. So they are both $11,900 per semester. But they have different estimated tuition fees because of the amount of duration. So the Master of Business Administration specialization is project management, supply chain management, international business, health sector business management, those who work in the health field, entrepreneurship and innovation management, and management or marketing. So career opportunities. Once you complete your degree, and I'm sure when you are applying, you'll need to be able to explain in your statement of purpose why you are applying to study an MBA in Australia. So you'll need to say that you will be able to be a Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Chief Financial Officer, General Manager, Senior Project Manager, or an Account Executive. The Master of Health Promotion, it is a 4-year bachelor degree, and it is becoming increasingly popular for the students from Nepal. So the students who have a relevant background to the 4-year bachelor degree are normally nurses or students in pharmacy, public health, physiotherapy, dentistry or biomedical sciences, maybe also laboratory, something. So that's $11,500 per semester, and so it once again is a 2-year program. So if you study the 2 years, you're able to apply for that post-study work visa after you finish. So things services that we offer at USC. So we offer pre-departure and arrival information for our students. We also are able to assist you if you ever want to know about the fees or if you would like to enroll in your classes, because sometimes the online process is tricky. We can provide you information about accommodation or the airport transfers if necessary. Before the beginning of every single semester, we always like to have a week of orientation. So in this week, you will come to the campus, you'll have an international orientation, which we will help you explain what is required from you as an international student. We'll also be able to show you where the library is or where you're able to buy food. So I suggest that you probably arrive in time for orientation week to make sure that you're well known with the campus. Something else we offer is English and academic skills support. So this is free of charge and it is offered throughout the semester. So if you're adapting to the lifestyle of Australian education, it's a little bit different comparatively to Nepal. So if you are struggling or you would like further assistance, these are programs that we offer free of charge, as I said, to help you progress properly through your courses. Okay, so kind of in summation, why would you come to USC? So you get to experience some real Australian culture, especially if you're on the Sunshine Coast. Like I said, we have excellent support services and teaching. Also the smaller class sizes for you to be able to seek more assistance from your teachers. You get to gain experience in another country. So I spoke with a student in Kathmandu who helped me go to Enstel and pick up my SIM card, and he told me that he wanted to study abroad because he was sick of the politics in Nepalese education. So that's not necessarily there when you come to study in Australia. And something else that we offer is affordable tuition fees. So if you're comparing the fees to other universities that are in Australia, I can guarantee that we have some of the lowest fees for some great education. We also, I'll talk briefly about accommodation. So there is student accommodation available around the Sunshine Coast campus and the South Bank campus. The Sunshine Coast campus kind of looks like this. Resort style living, kind of like what we're doing here in this resort. There's shared housing, so if you have some other friends that you meet at university or your cousin, you're always welcome to rent an apartment or a house together. Otherwise, there is homestay available, which we do provide information on our website if you'd like to have. So my role is when you apply to Mates Education, they will make sure that your application is okay, and then they will send it to the University of the Sunshine Coast. And so in Australia, I'm the person on the other end receiving your application and having a look at it. So when I assess your application, I do this on 3 requirements. So do you meet English in IELTS, TOEFL, PTE? Do you meet the academic requirements? And something that makes will. And so from here, I just want to make sure that everyone does their homework after they leave the seminar today and do some research about living and studying in Australia and which university is probably going to be most suitable for you. So my presentation was super awesome today, and you would like to apply to USC, you can talk to our registered representative at Mates Education, or you...
So I would just like to ask you a few questions about the University of Sunshine Coast. I wanted to know whether you are listening or not. So can anyone tell me how many campuses they have? Okay, so you need to raise your hand and then we'll ask, then you win your buck. So I think this gentleman here with the glasses. How many? And where about? Where about? Can you name the place? Wow, okay. Try for him. Anyone remember her name? No. Anyone remember her name? Come on, introduce herself earlier. Can anyone remember her name? No. No, the representative from University of Sunshine Coast, the lady.
My name.
The pretty looking lady, what's her name? Oh, it's a tough one. Looks like it's a tough person. Brazil? No, it's not right. You will not listen. No.
Oh, is that was the last name? Is that Corin?
Yeah. Did you say Corin? Yeah, that's her last name, yes. That's her last name. Bridget Corin. Huh? Yeah, he gets that few times. Thank you. Okay, can anyone tell me at least 3 courses that USC offer in their South Bank campus or Sleepy Down campus? 3 courses. How how about the IELTS requirement for Bachelor of Nursing?
Okay, the next presentation coming up is by Mr. Susan Kupala on Queensborough College.
And if I can actually request the students sitting at the back to just come down and fill up the seats in the front, please. Firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mains Education, Mr. Prakash Pandey and Mr. Badrijeshi for organizing this event for us. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. We've been working since inception with Mains International and Mains Education, and it's been almost 10 years that we've been working with them. I'll just quickly give you a brief overview of what I'll be talking about. I'll be talking about who we are, where actually we are located, when we actually started, where our campuses are, what all we offer, what all courses we are offering to international students. Then I'll be talking about the future pathways of students who completing their education at Queensborough College. Initially back in 2008, now we have close to 40 different courses offering for both international as well as domestic students. Modern technology in terms of offerings that we offer for international students. We have all the classrooms that we have projectors, inbuilt projectors, as well as other training facilities that are required. Campus locations, we have 3 different campuses. This is a Brisbane campus, Sydney campus, and Adelaide campus. Brisbane, I don't think I need to talk more about. I think Vijay has already spoken a lot about Brisbane, what it is like being in Brisbane and all that. So we are located in Brisbane in the CBD, which is the Central Business District, where most of the business, 90% of the business or commercial establishments are in the city. And it's 5 minutes walk from the train station. It's very much accessible to public transport. We occupy about 6 levels of a particular building in Brisbane. Now, we also have a campus in Adelaide, which is the capital city of South Australia. If you have had a look, according to the 2016 survey of most livable cities, Adelaide stands to be the 6th most livable city in the world. Our new campus is a Sydney campus, which we actually started on the 20th of March, and so it's in the Parramatta. It's one of the CBDs of Sydney. It's in the western part of Sydney, West Sydney. Now, why Queensborough College? So, there's obviously there could be a question which could be arising in your mind as to why you would want to prefer coming and studying at Queensborough College. There are various reasons. Some of these reasons I would point out here are all the campuses that, as I just mentioned, are in the CBD, which is in the Central Business District location of all the different, of all the respective CBDs. Now, we don't have any issues or any problems with adjusting to the lifestyle or anything. We are there for you. We have a student support system. We have a student support team who's going to assist you in everything, all the things that we can actually do. Now, we have flexible learning environment wherein most of the classes are face-to-face, and we also have online learning access to most of the courses that we offer. Monthly payment options. Sometimes if the student is finding any difficulty to make the tuition fee, a full amount of the tuition fee, we actually have we provide them with flexible payment options so that they can actually, they're not too burdened upon. We also have vocational placement arrangement. Majority, some of the courses that we offer require you to be working in a commercial setting before you can actually get the certificate, and we have our own vocational placement officer who is actually going to support you in terms of finding the vocational placement so that you will be able to complete that vocational placement and get the certificate. Now, the courses that we offer, we are an English language center as well as vocational provider. Under the English language center, we offer courses in general English, starting from the beginner to upper intermediate level. We also offer spoken and written English in certificate 1, 2, and 3. I may not be focusing more on those aspects of the English language because we don't usually take students from Nepal for the English language courses. So we directly get students who are vocational courses. So under the vocational education courses, we offer courses in certificate, core, diploma, and advanced diploma level, and in different streams like business, commercial, cookery, community services such as aged care, disability, and home and community. We also offer courses in accounting, leadership management, hospitality, specializing in commercial cookery, social media marketing, information technology, and early childhood education and training. I'll briefly be talking about individual courses. Now, as I said, I'll skip this part because we generally don't take students from here for English language courses. We have very strict guidelines in recruiting students from Nepal. Alright. Diploma and Advanced Diploma of Business. We offer Diploma of Business and Advanced Diploma of Business in all the 3 campuses. As you can see here, it's offered in Queensland, South Australia, and New South Wales. And similarly, the Advanced Diploma of Business is also offered in Queensland, South Australia, and New South Wales. Each of these courses is 52 weeks in duration. So it's about 1 year. So together, if you're doing these courses, it's 2 years in duration. The management course, again, the Diploma of Leadership Management and Advanced Diploma of Leadership Management is 2 years in duration together, and is on offer at all 3 different campuses that we have. Accounting, Diploma of Accounting and Advanced Diploma of Accounting. Basically, in case if you are a commerce background with accounting as a specialization, you should be looking at studying Diploma of Accounting or Advanced Diploma of Accounting. Together, they are again 2 years in duration. And once you complete these courses, you will also have pathway entries into respective bachelor's degree at some of the universities that we have ties with. Now, this is one of the these are under information technology. We offer social media marketing and Diploma of Information Technology. Social media marketing is one of its kind of course that's on offer. I don't think any of the providers in Australia are currently offering this for international students. So this Diploma of Social Media Marketing emphasizes on using social media tools such as Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or Snapchat, or etc. for building brand awareness. If, say, for example, if you have a product and if you want to sell it, you can use the social media. Nowadays, everyone, I'm sure, how many of you are on Facebook? So I guess if you are looking at promoting yourself, if you are looking at promoting your brand or whatever you're working on, let's say for example, if you have an event or anything like that, you can actually use social media. And this particular course is going to promote our modern facilities. I'll also run through some of the images of our commercial kitchen we've just opened. So this is our commercial kitchen. The whole floor of one of the floors that we have is occupied by the commercial kitchen. It's fully fledged. It's got everything. There are 18 students that can at a time be in the class. So it's got the cool room, the freezer room, everything is there. Academic calendar, we have one of the major strengths that we have is like we have nine intakes every year, almost like every once in every 1.5 months sort of thing. So we sometimes take students on an ad hoc basis in case if they're delayed with the visa. We can actually extend their commencement by about 2 weeks after the course commencement as well. So Giselle is from Philippines. She's done age tech course with us and she's already working in an age tech facility as well. Any questions? Here are my details. I'm happy to give you my cards as well, but you have International and Mates Education here. They'll be able to assist you further with any questions that you have. And at the end of the presentation, in case you have any questions, I'll also be able to answer them. I just have, can I request Hari Kandal to come on the stage and have a few words, speak a few words about his experience studying at Queenswood College.
आफूले राम्रोसँग प्रगति गर्नुभयो, काम र समयलाई मिलाउन सक्नुभयो भने हैन अस्ट्रेलिया चाहिँ आफूले सोचेको सबै कुराहरू पुरा गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यहाँ र ब्रिस्बेन आउनुभयो भने हैन मलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्नुहोस् क्विन्सबर्ग कलेजमा आउनुहोस् हैन कुनै काम अनि बस्नको लागि केही पनि कुराहरू सहयोग चाहिन्छ भने क्विन्सबर्ग कलेजमा आएर मलाई भन्नुहोस् हैन त्यहाँ रिसेप्सनमा आएर सोध्यो भने सबैले मलाई बताइदिन्छ अरु के भन्नु हैन फर्स्ट टाइम यस्तो एक्सपिरियन्स सेयर गर्दाखेरि अलिकति कस्तो भइरहेको धन्यवाद है
Now again, we'll be asking you some questions, and to do the honors, I would like to call up.
How many campuses they have? Queensborough College, half accounting and advanced diploma of accounting that Queensborough offered? 2 years. Wow, that was quick. How about diploma of IT? Which campus? Today, Queensborough College has got diploma of IT. In which campus they're offering? Last one. So study at Queen's Park College, what's the minimum academic requirement and IELTS requirement?
We will be giving some special offers to all the registered participants out here today. And the offer is all the registered participants will get a free IELTS preparation course at Mates Education, and then a free processing service. And then we'll be having lucky draw for free entry pass for New Year's Eve celebration 2074 at Hotel Central Palms by Tata's event. And this event is co-sponsored by Mates Education, and this event is, the pass for this event is worth 2,000 rupees, and you will be getting a free entrance, dinner and drink.
We have a structure, basically our criteria is in case in the year 11 and year 12 combined, if anyone is scoring an aggregate of more than 80% with at least 75% and above in year 11 and year 12 and of 6.0, there is a scholarship on offer for the $2,000. And additionally, in place of 6.0, if you have 6.5, there is an additional $250 that is on scholarship as well. Likewise, if your overall aggregate in year 11 and year 12 is more than 75%, and with at least 70% in year 11 and 70% in year 12, and the 6.0 on IELTS, there's a $1,500 scholarship that's on offer. And as I mentioned again, if you're in a 6.5 ranks on IELTS, there's additional $250 off. Likewise, if you have a combined year 11 and year 12 aggregate of more than 70%, and individually in year 11 and year 12 with 65% and above, with the 1.0 on IELTS, there'll be a scholarship of $1,000 at this point of time. And additionally, a $250 scholarship if you have a 6.5 on IELTS.
Why is it a better country to study compared to US or UK, and what are the benefits that you get after your study? So it won't be too long, just be with me for 15-20 minutes and I'll wrap it up. So, and again, I'm not a very good presenter, so if there's an error, please accept my apology up front. As you know already, from our college, from few providers, why we have the qualifications that is offered in Australia is better. Of course, it's a globally recognized degree, and the living expenses is relatively low compared to US and UK. And they have wide range of courses. Actually, we have about 22,000 courses offered in Australia. So, ranging from nursing to engineering to accounting. So, whichever background you're coming from, we have a course for you here in Mates Education where you can go and study in Australia. So of course the advanced technologies in university and colleges, and you have as a student you can work 40 hours per fortnight, which is 40 hours every 2 weeks. You can legally work, which will help you with some pocket money in Australia. And it's a multicultural and safe environment, of course, beautiful weather as Richard mentioned earlier, and the relaxed lifestyle. Once you get your visa and go to Australia, of course it will be a totally different environment. I know in this internet age you probably are aware of what Australia looks like. But then let me tell you one thing, going from Nepal to Australia is very easy to settle. Why? Because it's all systematic. You have information everywhere. It's not that you go out and get lost, there's help in every street. So it's always easy for going from Nepal to Australia and settling in. It's a developed country. So it won't be difficult as long as you are prepared, and you prepare and you go to Australia with a positive mindset. So it's not that you'll be going to third world country where it might be difficult finding information, there might be no electricity, and there might no information centers anywhere. But once you go to Australia, once you come out of the airport, there will be people for you to help to get you to your destination. So you just have to be confident enough to study. As long as you have that, then it's perfectly fine. So, as I said, you have a lot of information, you have help everywhere. Australian accent is something that might be difficult for students going from Nepal to start with. You know, we call them Australia and they call them Australia. So we might not understand. So you might not understand. So, but then again, if you are prepared, if you have done research, enough research, then it's pretty easy to understand Australian accent. It's not difficult at all. So the public transport, the public transport is pretty easy in Australia, and you can access anywhere to anywhere, any suburb to any suburb, from any town to other town, city to the town. It's pretty easy to get along in public transport. So you will face new challenges, like the assessment. As a student, you do your assessments, you do your exams different in Nepal. But then when you go to Australia, it is different. You know, you might be starting class in week 1 and you have to submit your assignment in 2 weeks' time. So what I wanted to point out here is, if you get your visa and go study to any college or university, orientation day is very important. Your agent here will tell you when is your orientation day. So I insist everyone to attend that orientation class. Many international students, they tend to forget about orientation day. That's where they will learn, and that's when they will know about the campus facilities that they offer. So you might be hearing from your friends, oh, the assignment garo cha, yo garo cha, hudaina, yaha padhna mildaina, but that's not right. So as long as you attend that orientation class, you follow the rules, you do enough research, it's pretty easy. So people tend to forget everything and then think everything happens automatic, but that's not right. There's no shortcut. Absolute shortcut हुँदैन. अस्ट्रेलियाबाट जाने बित्तिकै 6 महिनामा पैसा कमाएर पठाउन सकिन्न. अस्ट्रेलियामा जाने बित्तिकै 6 महिनामा 1 वर्षमा PR हुँदैन. But then as long as you are on the right track and you follow the rules, you follow everything that is sent to you from your agent or from your college or university, then it will not take long before you settling in Australia. Remember, we are based in Brisbane. That means we are based in Australia. No matter which city you go from here, we are there to help you. We can help you with different things. Like we can help you with your accommodation, your airport pickup. Once you go there, every student needs to have a bank account. We can help you with that. It won't be easy for first few days. You might have friends, they might help you as well. But if you don't have any help or your friends or relatives, we are there to help you. Every student who wants to work part-time, they need to have a tax file number. That TFN stands for tax file number, which means that if you find a part-time job, you need to give that tax file number to your employer, where they deduct your tax and then pay you the remaining. So that is very important, that you need to go and do that right away within few days. And we are there to help you do that, and it won't cost you anything. I hope everyone knows about PR in Australia, right? Permanent residency. As a student now, forget about permanent residency. Don't worry about what is permanent residency. Your primary purpose has to be get into right course, study and finish. But once you finish your study, you become a skilled person. Once you become a skilled person, then Australia will not let you come out. They want you to stay there. Then we as a team will help you settle there. We as a team help you get work visa. We as a team help you get permanent residence. But for now, no to permanent residence. So you are a student, you want to study, finish your study. Once you finish your study, then there's nothing wrong for you to get permanent residence. Australia is a country of migrant. They want you to stay there once you are skilled, but they don't want students. They want students to go there, finish their course, comply with the visa rule, and finish their study. Once your study is done, any course that you study, any bachelor, any master's, Australia let you stay there for 2 more years, get work experience, and prove yourself that you are a skilled person. Once you prove that you are a skilled person, then they will tell you to stay. If you have any questions now, after I'm around, so please feel free to ask me any question related to your education, your visa, your migration. Don't ask me about financial documents. I might not know that, but you can ask me any other questions.
I have one more. Towards the end of this seminar today, we have one-to-one counseling. If you have come with your documents, we can put you in direct contact with the official representatives present here today, and you can have your eligibility assessed by those representatives on the spot.
Right College, they started back in 2008. Behavior त्यस्तै रह्यो जस्तो पाए त्यस्तै कलेज युनिभर्सिटीमा पढ्न गइयो नसक्नेहरूले पनि पढ्नलाई क्वालिफाई नहुनेहरू या भिजा सहज रूपमा जेन्युनिटी प्रुभ गर्न गाह्रो हुने स्टुडेन्टहरूले पनि अप्लाई गर्ने चलन बढ्यो भने नेपालीहरूको रिजेक्सन रेसियो धेरै हुन्छ। त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि भिजा धेरै रिजेक्सन भयो भने नेपाल डाउनग्रेड पनि हुनसक्छ, नेपाललाई तल झारिन पनि सक्छ। तर अहिले नेपालीहरू एउटा प्रिफर्ड एजुकेसन यो सोर्स कन्ट्रीको रूपमा छ अस्ट्रेलियाको लागि, र अस्ट्रेलिया नेपाली स्टुडेन्टहरूको लागि एउटा प्रिफर्ड डेस्टिनेसनको रूपमा छ। अस्ट्रेलियामा नेपाली विद्यार्थीहरूको लागि किन अट्र्याक्टिभ भइराखेको छ भन्दा नेपालबाट अस्ट्रेलिया पढ्न जाने विद्यार्थीहरूको लागि एउटा अस्ट्रेलिया डेभलप नेसन हो, विकसित मुलुक हो। त्यहाँ विश्वभरि रिकगनाइज हुने विश्वविख्यात युनिभर्सिटीहरूमा या कलेजहरूमा पढ्न जान सकिन्छ, इन्टरनेसनल त्यस्ता रिकगनाइज क्वालिफिकेसनहरू लिन सकिन्छ। अनि अन्य कयौँ देशको तुलनामा अस्ट्रेलियाको एजुकेसन यदि विकसित मुलुकहरूसँग कम्पेयर गर्ने हो भने राम्रो क्वालिटी एजुकेसन चाहिँ अस्ट्रेलियामा सस्तोमा पढ्न पाइन्छ। इफ यु कम्पेयर अस्ट्रेलियन डलर, US डलर, पाउन्ड, probably Australian dollar is the cheapest one. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अस्ट्रेलियामा पढ्ने सवालमा पनि सस्तो हुन जान्छ। अन टप अफ द्याट यदि युएस र अस्ट्रेलियालाई कम्पेयर गर्ने हो भने कानुनी रूपमा केही घन्टा काम गर्न पाउँछ, आफ्नो खुट्टामा अलिअलि उभिन सक्ने कोसिस गर्न सकिन्छ कि भनेर नेपाली विद्यार्थीले सोध्छन्। आफ्ना अभिभावकहरूले पनि आफ्नो छोराछोरीले केही काम गर्न सक्यो भने पार्ट टाइम कामले पनि केही सपोर्ट हुन्छ भन्ने सोच्दैछन् भने युएसमा अफ क्याम्पस काम गर्न अलाउ गर्दैन, वेयर इन अस्ट्रेलिया यो स्टुडेन्ट्स आर लिगली अलाउड टु वर्क अफ क्याम्पस। स्टुडेन्टहरूलाई पार्ट टाइम काम फोर्टनाइटली 40 आवर्स काम गर्न दिन्छ भने भ्याकेसनमा फुल टाइम काम गर्न पाइन्छ। र अस्ट्रेलिया अफर्स वान अफ द बेस्ट minimum wage rate. They currently have it around 17.7 or something like that. They used to have it around 16.87, but recently there has been a hike. जो 21 वर्ष नागिसकेको छ त्यो व्यक्तिले अस्ट्रेलियामा काम गर्ने हो भने मिनिमम कानुनी रूपमा काम गर्दाखेरि $17.7 तिर्नुपर्छ। अफ कोर्स द्याट अट्र्याक्ट्स ट्याक्स एज वेल, त्यसमा ट्याक्स कटौती हुन्छ, विद्यार्थीहरूले सुख पाउँछन्। यो सबै बारेमा रिसर्च गरेका विद्यार्थीहरूलाई चाहिँ जेन्युइन टेम्पोरेरी ट्रान्जिट स्टुडेन्ट भन्छन्। भनेपछि नेपालबाट अस्ट्रेलिया जानु पूर्व यी सबै विषयको बारेमा बुझेको अनि फाइनेन्सियली साउन्ड, एकाडेमिकली साउन्ड, ल्याङ्ग्वेज वाइज इज साउन्ड विद्यार्थीहरू अनि जसको इमिग्रेसन हिस्ट्री पनि खराब छैन, आफ्नो परिवारको इमिग्रेसन हिस्ट्री पनि खराब छैन, पहिला भिसा रिजेक्ट भएको छैन, बुवा आमा या नातागोताको कोही नजिकका मान्छे जसलाई अस्ट्रेलियामा PR या सिटिजन हुनुहुन्छ भनेर देखाउँदैछौँ, स्पोन्सर गर्न लगाउँदैछौँ, उहाँहरू कुनै अर्कै भिजामा छिरेर अस्ट्रेलियामा असाइलम अप्लाई गरेर भिजा लिएको व्यक्ति त होइन। त्यस्ता आवश्यक विषयहरू याद गर्नुपर्छ, स्पोन्सर कसलाई देखाउने कसलाई नदेखाउने भनेर। अनि यो समग्र विषयहरूमा एकदम क्लियर भएको व्यक्ति जसको इमिग्रेसन हिस्ट्री पनि राम्रो छ त्यस्ता व्यक्तिहरूलाई अस्ट्रेलियन गभर्मेन्टले GT यो क्राइटेरिया मिट गर्ने भन्छ, जेन्युइन टेम्पोरेरी टेम्पोरेरी रूपमा मात्र अस्ट्रेलिया जाने भनेको छ है। भोलि नीति नियम पुरा गरेर कानुनी रूपमा पढेर भ्याइसके पछाडि हामीले PR अप्लाई गर्न सक्छौँ, 457 गर्न सक्छौँ। तर अहिले जाने बेलामा उनीहरूले यो कुरा भनेको छैन। जाने बेलामा विशुद्ध अस्ट्रेलियन गभर्मेन्टको नीति नियम पुरा गरेर पढ्न जान चाहने, खर्च गर्न सक्ने, पढाइमा राम्रो क्षमता भएको अनि भाषामा राम्रो क्षमता भएको विद्यार्थी खोजिराखेका छन्। That's the core criteria for Australian government in order to get the visa these days. So your SOP is something that has to stand out. You got to be academically sound. You usually meet the college or university's academic requirement. On top of that, you need to have sound English because once you are in Australia, you cannot speak Nepali. मैले त्यहाँ हजारौँचोटि नेपालीमा बोलेर बुझाउन सक्छु। You probably experienced one of the guy, Badri. He's a Nepali person. तर बोल्दाखेरि हेर्ने, टोन हेर्ने, we went to Australia in I guess 98 or 99. बोल्दाखेरि हामीलाई पनि कयौँ बेलामा those who are used to it बुझ्न गाह्रो हुन्छ। भनेपछि अस्ट्रेलियामा डिफ्रेन्ट डायलेक्ट अथवा डिफ्रेन्ट एक्सेन्ट, डिफ्रेन्ट प्रोनाउन्सिएसन हुन्छ, ती कुराहरू याद गर्नु पर्यो, त्यो बुझ्न सक्ने हुनु पर्यो। यिनै हामी यहाँबाट त्यो कुराहरूको लागि अभ्यस्त बन्ने कोसिस गर्नु पर्यो। Google.com, that's probably one of the best tool। आफूलाई लागेको कुनै पनि विषय खोज्नु पर्यो। सपोज ब्रिस्बेनमा जाने, ब्रिस्बेनमा एउटा नेपाली या इन्डियन ग्रोसरी सप खोज्यो भने त त्यहाँ नेपालीलाई चाहिने सबै कुरा, खानेकुराहरू के पाउँछ सबै कुरा थाहा हुन्छ। So you can search that public transport in Brisbane. You can search in Google and get the right website where you can plan your journey, where you can find what's the use of fares for train or buses or all the public transportation. यस्ता साना साना कुरा पनि हामीले सिकेर जान सकिन्छ, प्लान गरेर जान सकिन्छ। यो सबै कुरा नर्मली अस्ट्रेलियन गभर्मेन्टले बुझेको विद्यार्थीको छ। अब म यो प्रेजेन्टेसनमा रनडाउन गर्छु, मैले भूमिका पारिसकेको छु, धेरै कुरा भनेर भ्याइ नै सकेको छु वास्तवमा भन्नुपर्दा। अहिलेको अस्ट्रेलियन गभर्मेन्टको विशेष कन्सेप्ट भनेको इन्टरनेसनल एजुकेसन इज एक्चुअली इम्पोर्टेन्ट टु अस्ट्रेलिया। त्यही भएर विदेशी विद्यार्थी उनीहरूलाई जरुरत छ, उनीहरू चाहन्छन् नेपाल जस्ता देशबाट विदेशी विद्यार्थी जाउन्। उनीहरू जेन्युन स्टुडेन्टलाई मात्र आफ्नो देश लिएर जान चाहन्छन्, जो पाए त्यही लिएर जान चाहँदैनन्। त्यो भएर हामीले कयौँ कलेज र युनिभर्सिटीको रिक्वायरमेन्ट सुन्ने बित्तिकै पनि ओहो यत्रो विधि भन्ने हुन्छ। विगतमा सबै गए, सबै थरीका गए, कम पर्सेन्टेज हुने पनि गए। अब उनीहरू राम्रो पढाइमा साँच्चै गएर प्रोग्रेस गर्न सक्ने विद्यार्थी लिएर जान चाहन्छन्, भाषामा राम्रो भएका विद्यार्थी लिएर जान चाहन्छन्, आर्थिक रूपमा सबल भएका लिएर जान चाहन्छन्, जसले गर्दाखेरि अस्ट्रेलियामा गएपछि केही कारणवश विद्यार्थीहरूले मैले सकिनँ भन्ने या नपढ्ने या काम बढी गर्नुपर्ने अनि पढाइ बिगार्ने यस्ता परिस्थितिहरू सिर्जना नहोस् भन्ने चाहन्छन्। अनि उनीहरूले रेगुलर रूपमा आफ्ना पोलिसीहरूलाई कन्सल्टेसन गर्नको लागि चाहिँ एउटा फ्युचर डिरेक्सन्स भनेर आफ्नो बाटोहरू तय गर्ने काम गरेका छन्। 2016को जुलाईमा केही की चेन्जेसहरू ल्यायो। अहिले सबै स्टुडेन्ट जुनसुकै तल तबकाका कोर्स पढ्न जानलाई पनि एउटै स्टुडेन्ट भिजा क्याटेगोरीमा अप्लाई गरिन्छ, द्याट इज स्टुडेन्ट सब क्लास 500। एउटै क्याटेगोरीमा डिप्लोमा पढ्न जाउँ, ब्याचलर पढ्न जाउँ या पिएचडी गर्न जाउँ, सबैले एउटै भिजा सब क्लासमा अप्लाई गर्ने गर्छन्। यदि कोही 18 वर्षभन्दा मुनिका विद्यार्थीहरू अस्ट्रेलिया पढ्न जाँदैछन् भने त्यस्तो बेलामा स्टुडेन्ट गार्जियन भिजा उनीहरूले दिन सक्छन्। प्यारेन्ट्सहरूमध्ये कोही एकजना चाहिँ गार्जियनको रूपमा अस्ट्रेलिया भिजा लिएर जान सक्नुहुन्छ, कोही 18 वर्षभन्दा मुनि हुनुहुन्छ भने। तर बुवा आमा जाँदाखेरि उहाँहरूले कानुनी रूपमा 1 घन्टा पनि काम गर्न पाउनुहुन्न, भनेपछि खर्चै खर्च मात्र हो। अनि 18 वर्ष जुन दिन त्यो बच्चा पुग्छ, पुरा हुन्छ, त्यस पछाडि उहाँहरू फर्किनुपर्छ, 28 दिनभित्रमा उहाँहरू फर्किनुपर्छ। त्यो भएर त्यो त्यति धेरै इन्करेज गर्दैनौँ, तर 18 वर्ष मुनिका विद्यार्थीलाई कुन चाहिँ युनिभर्सिटी, कुन चाहिँ कलेजले चाहिँ एक्सेप्ट गर्छ, हामी त्यहाँ चाहिँ भर्ना गरेर वेलफेयर एरेन्जहरू गरेर पठाइदिने गर्छौँ। अहिलेको भनेर नयाँ भिजा सिस्टममा कम्बाइन्ड फ्रेमवर्क बनाएको छ कलेज, युनिभर्सिटी र अनि त्यस पछाडि यो देशको। पहिला कुन तहमा पढ्न जान्छन्, त्यो विद्यार्थीहरूको कस्तो भूमिका छ, तिनीहरूले कतिको भिजाका नियमहरू पुरा गरेर बस्छन्, त्यसका आधारमा चाहिँ त्यो लेभलको कोर्स पढ्न जाँदा के कागजपत्र देखाउनु पर्ने, कति गाह्रो हुने भन्ने नियम हुन्थ्यो भने अहिले चाहिँ सबै नेपालीलाई एउटै बास्केटमा राखेर हेर्छ। पिएचडी पढ्न जाने पनि यो डिप्लोमा पढ्न जाने पनि, भनेपछि एउटा डिप्लोमा पढ्नेले बदमासी गर्यो भने पनि पिएचडी पढ्नेलाई नि घाटा भयो, पिएचडी पढ्ने चाहिँले बदमासी गर्यो भने पनि डिप्लोमा पढ्नेलाई नि घाटा भयो। भनेपछि अब आइँदा हामी नेपालीहरू राम्रो जानु पर्यो, राम्रा मान्छेहरू पढ्न जानु पर्यो अनि राम्रो गर्नु पर्यो, ताकि भविष्यमा अन्य नेपालीहरूको लागि पनि बाटो सहज होस्। रेन्जर प्याकेजिङको अर्थ ठुलो हुने गर्थ्यो, यसले चाहिँ पछि एउटा भिजा कति समयको लागि दिने भन्ने कुरामा मात्र परिवर्तन, त्यसलाई मात्र फरक पार्छ, अन्य कुराहरूलाई यसले अहिले त्यति धेरै फरक पार्दैन। अब यी कयौँ विषयहरू हटाइसकेका छन्। आई डोन्ट थिङ्क यु निड टु नो मच अबाउट दिस एनिमोर। इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज कोर्सेसहरूको लिमिटेसन्सहरू हटाइदिएको छ। पहिला छोटो कोर्स पढ्न जाँदा नो फर्दर स्टे भन्ने कन्डिसन लाग्थ्यो, अहिले त्यो त्यस्ता कन्डिसनहरू छैनन्। फाइनेन्सियल रिक्वायरमेन्ट सामान्यतया 3 किसिमले फाइनेन्सियल क्राइटेरियाहरू मिट गर्न सकिन्छ। यसमा एउटा फर्दर इभिडेन्स भन्ने रिक्वायर छ रेगुलर स्टुडेन्ट भन्न खोजेको अस्ट्रेलियामै बसेर पढिरहेका स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूको लागि भिजा एक्सटेन्सनका इस्युजहरूमा उनीहरू रेगुलर कन्टिन्युएसन भइरहेका स्टुडेन्ट हुन् भन्ने प्रुफ सामान्यतया चाहिन्छ भने या नेपालतिरबाट अप्लाई गर्दा चाहिँ ग्याप नभएको भन्ने गर्छौँ। कन्टिन्युएसन अफ स्टडिज अर एक्सपिरियन्स, यो दुईटै कुरालाई हामीले युज गर्न सक्छौँ। यो रेगुलर स्टुडेन्ट भन्नाले लेभल 3 का कलेजहरू या लेभल 1 र 2 का कलेजहरूले डकुमेन्टहरू नर्मली सबमिट गर्दैनन्, तिनलाई माग्न सकिन्छ। तर रेगुलर मोड भनेको लेभल 3 का कलेजहरूमा अप्लाई गर्नेमा चाहिँ सबै डकुमेन्ट सबमिट गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने हो। त्यस्तै 3टा तरिकाले मिट गर्न सकिन्छ। 12 महिनाको बाँच्नलाई, पढ्नलाई, जान आउनलाई लाग्ने सम्पूर्ण खर्च सामान्यतया देखाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ। यो देखाउनलाई यो या त ब्याङ्कबाट लोन लिएर देखाउन सकिन्छ या ब्याङ्कबाट ब्यालेन्स गरेर देखाउन सकिन्छ। अहिले सामान्यतया नवीन ब्याङ्क र एसबिआई ब्याङ्कलाई प्रयोग गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ भने कुनै कलेज र युनिभर्सिटीहरूले एभरेस्ट ब्याङ्क, स्ट्यान्डर्ड चार्टर्ड ब्याङ्क, हिमालयन ब्याङ्क, त्यस पछाडि लुम्बिनी अहिले ब्याङ्क अफ काठमाडौँ लुम्बिनी यस्तै के नाम चेन्ज भएको छ त्यो ब्याङ्कबाट गर्न सक्छन्। हिमालयन इन्भेस्टमेन्ट, स्ट्यान्डर्ड चार्टर्ड, एभरेस्ट, त्यस पछाडि मैले ब्याङ्क अफ लुम्बिनी भने, त्यस पछाडि अघि पहिला भनेको नवीन र एसबिआई, यी ब्याङ्कहरूलाई प्रयोग गर्न सक्छन्। यी ब्याङ्कहरूबाट लोन लिएर अप्लाई गर्न सक्छन् या ब्यालेन्स देखाएर अप्लाई गर्न सक्छन्। तर अधिकांश शिक्षण संस्थाले नवीन र एसबिआई मात्र भन्छ, केही शिक्षण संस्थाले चाहिँ अन्य ब्याङ्कहरूलाई पनि एक्सेप्ट गर्छन्। एनुअल इन्कम पनि देखाएर अप्लाई गर्न सकिन्छ। यदि कसैको गभर्मेन्टलाई जेन्युनली सिङ्गल स्टुडेन्ट पढ्न जाने हो भने $60,000 र परिवारसहित जाने हो भने $70,000 बराबर कमाइ गरेको गभर्मेन्टलाई ट्याक्स तिरेको प्रुफ छ भने विद्यार्थी जो पढ्न जान्छ उसको प्यारेन्ट्सको या उसको स्पाउसको भने सपोज म पढ्न गएँ भने मेरो बुवा आमाको र मेरो मिसेसको आम्दानी नै गभर्मेन्टलाई टोटल ट्याक्स तिर्न कर योग्य आम्दानी चाहिँ $60,000 बराबर छ भने त्यो ब्याङ्क ब्यालेन्सहरू नदेखाइ पनि गर्न सकिन्छ। या मेरो मिसेस पढ्न जाने भने उनको बुवा आमा र मलाई मेरो आम्दानीलाई पनि कम्बाइन गरेर पनि देखाउन सक्छन् भनेपछि यो हिसाबको एउटा क्राइटेरिया चाहिँ यो एनुअल इन्कम भनेर दिएको छ $60,000। तर त्यो नेपालमा धेरै कमले मात्र यसरी प्रयोग गरेर जाने गरेको छ। Probably the parents has to be either CEO of major commercial banks or probably big hotel chains, otherwise they don't usually earn around $60,000 or $70,000 income every year in Nepal. त्यो सामान्यतया हुनु जरुरी छ। होइन भने 12 महिनालाई चाहिने पैसा बराबर एजुकेसन लोन या ब्याङ्क ब्यालेन्स देखाएर अप्लाई गर्न सक्छन्। अनि त्यति मात्र होइन, यो पैसा देखाउने मात्र होइन कि साँच्चै अस्ट्रेलियामा खर्च गर्नु पर्यो भने पनि प्राप्त हुन्छ भन्ने कुरामा अस्ट्रेलियन गभर्मेन्ट कन्भिन्स हुने किसिमका डकुमेन्टहरू हुनु आवश्यक छ। यो 12 महिनाको fund can be provided in any form of money deposit or loan or sponsorship. यहाँ भनिसकेको छ। Amount of living cost and school fund school age dependent is specified in this instrument. Funds to be shown to the entire company family unit. यदि विवाहित छन् भने आफ्नो परिवारलाई पनि जसलाई लिएर जाने उनीहरूलाई बराबरको देखाउनु पर्छ। सिंगल अप्लाई गर्ने हो भने विवाहित छन् भने पनि आफ्नो डिपेन्डेन्टहरूलाई चाहिने फन्ड देखाउनु पर्दैन जुन पहिला देखाउनु पर्ने हुन्थ्यो। भनेपछि यो हिसाबले अप्लाई गर्न सक्छन्। आम्दानी देखाउने भने मैले आम्दानीको बारेमा अघि एक्सप्लेन गरिसकेको छु। यहाँ जस्तै $60,000 या $70,000 यो चाहिँ लिमिटेड व्यक्तिहरू मात्र स्पोन्सर हुन पाउँछन्। र जेन्युइन एक्सेस टु फन्ड्स भन्नाले जो पाए त्यहीको देखाएर भएन, त्यो साँच्चै अस्ट्रेलियामा अभाइलेबल हुन्छ भनेर पत्याउन सकिने किसिमका व्यक्तिहरूलाई स्पोन्सरको रूपमा प्रयोग गर्न सक्छन्। डिपार्टमेन्टले के कुरा हेर्न सक्छ फाइनेन्सियल कुरामा, स्पोन्सरसँग रिलेसन के छ, इन्कम एसेट र इम्प्लोयर होइन, इन्कम एसेट अनि इम्प्लोयर अफ स्पोन्सर को हो भन्ने कुराहरू हेर्न सक्छ। त्यो क्रेडिबल फाइनेन्सियल डकुमेन्ट हो कि होइन भनेर हेर्न खोज्छ। प्रिभियस भिजा हिस्ट्री, त्यो स्पोन्सर गर्ने व्यक्तिहरूको पहिलाको हिस्ट्री के छ या स्टुडेन्टको स्पोन्सरको हिस्ट्री के छ भन्ने कुरा हेर्न सक्छ। ल्याङ्ग्वेज वाइज अहिले कुनै पनि जति पनि हप्ताको ल्याङ्ग्वेजहरू पढ्न जान अलाउ गर्छ, तर सामान्यतया भिजामा त्यसको आउटकम त्यति राम्रो नभएको कारणले हामी कलेज युनिभर्सिटीको ल्याङ्ग्वेज रिक्वायरमेन्ट मिट मात्र गरेर त्यो पुरा गरेर मात्र अप्लाई गर्न अनुरोध गर्छौँ। केही केसहरूमा 5 हप्तादेखि 10 हप्तासम्मको ल्याङ्ग्वेज सहित पनि विद्यार्थीहरूलाई भर्ना गरेर पठाउँछौँ। अस्ट्रेलियामा गएर कोर्स चेन्ज गर्न अहिले अलाउ गर्ने गर्दैन। जुन तहको कोर्स पढ्न गइएको छ त्यही लेभलको कोर्स पढ्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। कम्तीमा मेन कोर्सको 6 महिना नपढिकन चेन्ज सामान्यतया गर्न पाइँदैन। कसैले चेन्ज गर्न खोजेमा पनि जम्मा यो लेभलको मात्र AQF लेभल 10बाट AQF लेभल 9 भनेको PhDबाट मास्टर्स रिसर्चसम्म चाहिँ झर्न दिन्छ। त्यो बाहेक अन्य कुनै पनि लेभलका कोर्सहरू चेन्ज गरेमा, घटेमा या कलेजहरू चेन्ज गरेमा, इन्स्टिट्युसनहरू चेन्ज गरेमा एउटा भिजा पोलिसी एट्र्याक्ट गर्छ। A202 भन्ने एउटा भिजा कन्डिसन एट्र्याक्ट गर्छ। त्यो कन्डिसनले चाहिँ चेन्ज गर्नलाई अलाउ गर्दैन। चेन्ज गरेमा विद्यार्थीहरूसँग पुनः 28 दिनको समय दिएर तिम्रो भिजा किन क्यान्सल नगर्ने, तिमीलाई किन आफ्नो देश फिर्ता नपठाउने त्यो कारण सोध्छ। र अर्को कतिपय बेलामा फाइनेन्सियल कन्डिसन फेरि पुनः देखाऊ भनेर पनि तिमी साँच्चै अस्ट्रेलियामा बस्न सक्षम छौ भन्ने कुरा, आर्थिक रूपमा सक्षम छौ भन्ने कुरा पुनः प्रमाणित गर पनि भन्न सक्छ। स्पोन्सर्स अब या यो फ्यामिली मेम्बर अस्ट्रेलियामा चाहिँ विवाह गरिसके पछाडि आफ्ना फ्यामिली मेम्बरहरूको सबै डिटेलहरू डिक्लेयर गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। भएकोलाई छैन भनेर अप्लाई गर्नु नर्मली हुँदैन। कयौँ बेलामा कन्सल्टेन्सीहरूले विवाह गरे पनि सिङ्गल देखाऊ पछि अप्लाई गरौँला पुरानो विवाह देखायो भने झन् राम्रो हुन्छ भनेर त्यस्तो मिसगाइडहरू पनि गरिदिने गरेको पाइन्छ त्यो नगर्नु जो विवाहित छन् उनीहरूले सबै इन्फर्मेसनहरू डिक्लेयर गर्नु बुवा आमालाई हामी परिवार भनेर काम गर्छौँ अस्ट्रेलियन पोलिसी अनुसार बुवा आमालाई परिवार भनिँदैन मेरो परिवार भन्यो भने मेरो मिसेस र मेरो बच्चा बच्ची मेरो मिसेसको परिवार भन्यो भने म र हाम्रा बच्चा बच्चीहरूलाई मात्र कन्सिडर गर्ने गरिन्छ त्यो भएर फ्यामिली भन्दै गर्दाखेरि त्यो कुराहरू याद गर्नु जरुरी छ दाइ भाइ दिदी बहिनी अनि बुवा आमा नर्मली हाम्रो नेपाली कल्चरमा फ्यामिली हुने गर्छ तर अस्ट्रेलियन कल्चरमा त्यसलाई फ्यामिली भनेर नर्मली काउन्ट गर्ने एक्सटेन्डेड फ्यामिली चाहिँ हो तर भिजा प्रयोजनको लागि त्यो फ्यामिलीको रूपमा काम गर्ने गर्दैनौँ 18 वर्ष मुनिको बारेमा हामी धेरै कुरा गर्नु जरुरी छैन सामान्यतया अहिले प्रोसेसिङ टाइम भनेको 15 दिनदेखि लिएर 1 महिनाको बिचमा प्रायः जसो सबै केस जहाँ मेडिकलमा इस्यु छैन या सेसन नर्सिङ विथ देम इट्स अ 3 years course they need overall IELTS of 7 and 6.5 in each band in order to qualify directly for bachelor's she can and 6.5 each band reading writing listening speaking all band all section ma chai 6.5 कम्तीमा ल्याउनु पर्यो र ओभरअल मा चाहिँ 7 ल्याउनु पर्यो
Promotion, was that correct? So that is an overall 6.5, no less than a 6. So what is your score overall? You said 6.5.
Yes, 6.5.
And then what are the other band scores?
I have a reading 7.5, speaking 6.5, and I got a listening 6 and writing 5.5.
I think that based on that you're strong in majority of the other band scores, I think that you would be able to apply directly without having to complete any EAP. That's not a definite yes, but if I'm the person assessing on the other end of the computer in Australia, I would get special permission to be able to let you just get directly into the program, no prior English.
The other thing is, what will be my careers pathway after that? Because that's a very new course for me, and actually it's from my physiotherapy, and that's the healthcare promotion. But there will be what kind of career pathway that I can follow after that course?
So a lot of the students, they do go on to work in hospitals or doing research about how you can improve health. So it's rather than, it's prevention more than a cure, that's what they say. So you work in hospitals creating research about how we can actually prevent the diseases or something that could be curable from happening rather than waiting to see a doctor.
Do we have, like if, is there any training programs in Nepal, like so if we do now here and then it will be easier for,
On top of that, you need to find an employer in Australia to sponsor you. What that means they need to offer you job upfront. So this is not something automatic you can do on your own. Say if you are a qualified chef, you did some course, you have some experience in 5-star hotels and you become a professional chef. So once you become that chef, then you need to find a hotel or a restaurant in Australia where this employer need to offer you a job and support you with his documents to sponsor you. So that's how you get a work visa.
So, for example, if you're working as a bartender or anywhere like that, you should be doing an RSA course. And a barista course is something where you'll be learning about coffee making and all that. So we do, that's kind of a one-day course, half-day courses sort of thing. So once you come into Australia, you can actually approach us. We'll be able to help you do that particular course.
मेट्स एजुकेसनले आगामी दिनहरूमा पनि यस्तै सेमिनारहरू आयोजना गर्नेछ यहाँहरूका अन्य साथी घर परिवार अभिभावकहरूलाई पनि त्यस्ता सेमिनारहरूका लागि एकदम एटेन्ड गरिदिनको लागि अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छौँ हाम्रो अफिस सही चोकमा छ तपाईहरुले कुनै पनि दिन अफिस आवरमा आएर हामीलाई भेट्न सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईहरुका क्वेशन्सहरू केही पनि छन् भने हामीलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ थ्यांक यू फर मेकिङ इट हियर टुडे हामी अब यो लगभग अन्त्यमै छौं
entering into our lucky draw session, and as said earlier, we have two items to give away today. We have one free entry pass for 5 lucky winners and 10 pen drives for 10 lucky winners. So we'll start with the first one, the free entry pass, and to do the honors and draw the winning ticket, I would like to request Ms. Bridget Cullen. Here I am to announce the first lucky winner for the pass. It's serial number 36, Isu Lamsar, Sarina Baudun, Rita Panta, Puspa Tiwari, Varsha Koirala. Congratulations. Vikalpa Bhusal, serial number 11, Sagar Pandey, Madan Sreshta. Congratulations. Madan Sreshta. I think not here. The last winner is serial number 29, Amrita Thapa. Congratulations.